All right, y'all, what's up, YouTube? Big Gob here, and today we're actually going to be going over a VOD recorded from a training session. We were running Zoro versus Katakuri, and this will show you how to play the matchup more from a Zoro perspective, and watch how Katakuri can counter it out, and how you can even stop Katakuri from countering out from your wide board as Zoro. So we'll just skip past the shuffling here, try to get into the game. All right, all right. So turn one, here we go. So our friend here rests his pudding. And he will grab Charlotte Opera. 4 cost, 6k vanilla. We'll pass the turn. Not really much else to do. So obviously, like any other Zoro deck, you just want to go as wide as possible, as quickly as possible, especially with searchers. So I like to play that on first because this allows me to spend all my Dawn on my first turn, and I get to fill the board up with 4 1-cost searchers if I have them in my hand, or even play like a dot on and 2 more 1-cost searchers, which I like doing, instead of having to play only 2 dot ons or let's say like a dot on and only 1 searcher if I have it in hand. Alright, take life, Firefish, KO, put in, get her off the board. I don't know if that was the best play in the immediate moment, but just to get someone off the board, maybe I could have saved it for later, but I think just getting a character off the board. I don't know what I had in my hand at this time. Maybe I had more Fire Fist in hand. Maybe I had other events, so just getting rid of that would have been good. Alright, we just got 5 at leader. Takes the hit, and we don't see any trigger. Rest 2, probably gonna see the dot on. Search top 5, 1-cost red characters. We got Buggy. Now, Boogie's a character I always want to play as soon as I see him. I'll probably just play him here. Boogie's really good just because he gets your events, and as soon as you have him on board, you don't have to worry about him being a dead card in hand. We draw Gum Gum, Fire Fist, Red Hawk, Pistol. Such a long name. Yeah, let me play another 1-cost Buggy. Fill the board immediately. This is what we were talking about. See, if we saved the dead on for the last turn and just played a Buggy this turn, we wouldn't have been able to have a 4-body board, maybe only 3 bodies. We whiff on Buggy, not unusual at all, just because you don't run like 20, 30 events in your deck unless you're playing Ace. So it's okay to whiff on Buggy. It's not okay to whiff on Dodon, since she wants to get your other searchers. But I don't mind whiffing on I don't mind whiffing at all on Buggy. It's what I expect, actually. And sometimes, not to say that it's better to whiff on Buggy, but I feel like it's not bad. It's never bad to whiff on Buggy. Alright, so we Red Hawk Pistol his Paraspero, so we can't swing. Let's see how this turn goes. We have almost a full board. I think we can start swinging with the board here. Going to our 6th Dawn turn. I was also able to win the dice roll for this game, so I was able to go second. I am pretty sure you want to go second as Zoro against Katakuri to stop his curve. But I don't think going first is bad at all. Makes the game a bit faster, makes it harder for Katakuri to deal with. Alright, so we're going in swinging for 6. He takes the hit, but he doesn't have a 2k counter in hand. And we're going to go 5 with Dodon. I think the reason why I chose swing with 5 for Dodon instead of with Buggy is that Buggy is more valuable than Dodon. He gets buffed by Magra and Machina, so he becomes a way stronger unit. And Dodon can't get buffed, so... Oh, so we're going to see a Fire Fist here probably, which makes sense why I discarded the Fire Fist that I saw to get pudding. So clearing out Paraspero and Charlotte Opera in 1 turn is really, really good for me, just because it makes it so hard for him to deal with anything on his board. He's going to do the Paraspero on KO effect. See, there's a 10 drop in his draw. I think he grabs a 2k counter Strusen instead. Alright. So what do you do here? You know, you're going to your 7 down curve. Playing the 7 drop might be too slow for this just because you get bombarded the turn after, but as Katakuri, it's really hard to come back from this situation. Your opponent has basically a full board, 3 life up still. So, all right. So he's swinging for 7, so he's not going to play the 7 drop this turn. Takes his own life and leaves it at the top. We're going to take this hit. We just like taking hits. I think from now on, though, I want to take less hits against yellow, just because you don't have Marcos to spam anymore like you used to, especially when you're playing mid-range Zoro. And since I'm playing close to the ground Zoro, with a mix of mid-range, I think I want to counter out some hits so that I have a healthy life, and that he's gonna have to either deal with my board or he's going to play big characters that get rid of my life. All right, so we're gonna go 5 here. He's gonna take, not counting out these little hits. Go 5 here. All right. Yeah. Yeah, this is where Zoro takes off, you know. You just have so much like aggression. You're so fast and it's very, very dawn efficient, you know. I would argue that his leader ability is probably more powerful um than Moby Dick. Even if Moby Dick did get banned and Zoro's not banned. Alright. So he thinks I'm done, but I'm not done yet. With Zoro, what is Zoro without a rush Zoro in hand? Not a Zoro. So he counted out with 2K, and then I'm gonna go ahead and pass. We got 6 swings that turn, guys. 6 swings with only 5 Dawn used and 3 Dawn used for a character. This board's just really wide. You know, you're going into your 9 Dawn turn. It's really hard to come back from this because, you know, the best you could do and hope for is that I don't have counter in hand. You play a 7 drop, I lose a life, and then you swing. But it seems he's gonna go for board here. I'll just let him have it. Don't need to waste my cards, especially when I know I have so many defensive events in hand. All right, put Zoro at the top of the life. Maybe he's gonna play a 10 drop next turn. All right. So that was pretty good usage of his 9 Dawn turn. He swung twice into my board, clearing out 2 people. And he plays the 8 drop Katakuri, so he actually gets rid of my Rush Zoro. And he gets a search. So 1 life, about 4 or 5 cards in hand versus my 2 buggies and my leader. So he has 1 life. So this is looking pretty scary for him, especially if I have Magos and Machinos in hand. All right. So let's see what this happens here. So I guess I'm feeling pretty confident. He has no Dawn up, so he can't go for Ikaku. So depending on his hand size, what I think is not the highest, I can go for game here confidently. So that's 4 Dawn. So maybe I'm thinking to go 8K. Golden number would probably swing for. Okay, so I swing for 6 here. And I swing for 6 here. Swing for 6 here. Wow. That was a sad hand. Thunderbolt, Charlotte Opera, 10 drop, and 7 drop. Alright. So let's move on to the next game. Then we can skip over. Do a little shuffling. And we go cutting. And he's going to choose order this time. And he's going to choose to go second. I'm pretty sure I keep my hand here. You're going to put down 5 life. Go first. Play buggy. We'll grab guard point. We're seeing 2 Dawn here. And he's going to pass the turn. Maybe he wanted to keep his hand because he had good draws. Don't think he mulliganed this turn, though. Alright, Let's play dot on. We'll switch off 5. So what I like to do is usually you want to swing before you play characters down, but I like to search with dot on first. Just because if I whiff with dot on, or if I grab like a Tama or Makino or Magra where I can't go do a good combo, I'm just gonna pass. So, or I'm just gonna swing with 6 with Zoro instead of swinging with just 5. But here, I'll play Nami. I probably should have swung before I played Nami, but it's not too big of a deal. And I'll swing 5 face. Counters out of it. Honestly, it's good to counter out of early hits against Zoro, just so that you deal with the little hits first, and then you can deal with the bigger hits later, especially when you're playing yellow and you like to keep life so you can manipulate it towards the end. But then it becomes a little bit harder to deal with your board. But you always, most of the time you want to take the first hit anyway, so you can pull a Trigger Cracker or Parasparrow. Alright, so we're going 7 lead. Looking at top life, and we're actually going to put that at the bottom. Probably going to be a 2 counter in a Koku. We'll take the hit just because we're Zoro and we like taking hits early. And plays Parasparrow. And it's a 7k too, so maybe if it was like a little 5k swing, I would have countered out. But it's the first 7k, so I'm not going to waste 2 cards on countering out. Alright, so we should have about like 7 cards in hand, I think. Alright, so I'll play that on. Now, I'm pretty sure you said something like how similar this was to my last turn. Let's see. Looking to see what's in our hand. We'll grab Otama. Put Otama in hand. Alright, and I think this is where we're going to get a little bit aggressive since we don't have any more searches to play. I think I just wanted to see what I bottom decked. Just to make sure that I didn't grab the cards from the bottom deck or anything. It's just that card I left on the board. Alright. So we go 5 lead with Buggy, or with that on, sorry. And then we'll go. He's getting ready to take the hit. We'll go 6 lead. So it was a Trigger, Cracker, and I'll discard a Thunderbolt, it looked like. Alright. Alright, so this is probably going to be a Magra. Yep. Magra, buffing Nami. Let's swing for 6 with Nami. The reason why I swung with 6 with Nami is just because Buggy is such a valuable card, and I wouldn't mind him swinging into my Nami to kill it. It's actually way more beneficial for me. But in the long run, Buggy is way more Dawn efficient than Nami is, and she takes 2 Dawn to swing rather than just 1, which Buggy and Dawn only take. And again, like keeping Buggy alive for the long run is so good, especially against slash decks like Kuro, Law, Zoro. So much slash in their decks that it's very hard to like kill Buggy. And Katakuri is a bit different. He's special, as well as I think Parasparrow is special arranged. But Cracker is slashed, and I think that's the only slash card in yellow. So he kills my Nami, he kills my Dalam. Don't really care. And now he's sitting at 3 life, I think. So he's probably going to go for a double hit with Cracker. Alright. So I take the hits just because I probably don't have the defense. Probably would have to run 3 cards. Well, I had Otama in hand. So maybe I just stopped to take the hits just because probably just because I wasn't scared. I have a good board. I don't mind taking hits to defend myself later on in the long run. So let's see. So we're touching on a Zoro. And we have, I believe, 6 more Dawn to work with. So let's see what we can do here. We're thinking some crazy things right now. So I think I go six at Crocker, just to try to get rid of him off the board. All right, rest five, and I was swinging seven. I believe I was swinging seven face. Usually Kaku and gets rid of it. So we have one Dawn up, probably for a guard point. Now I don't know if playing Luffy was the best decision to swing seven when I could have just swung wide. But I don't think it's bad at all. Because now this forces him to either play a big drop and take out my Luffy or manipulate life. Or force him to swing heavy into my face. Alright, we just go down to one life. And I probably want to stay here for a while. Alright, we just counter out. Plays the 8 drop. Puts Luffy at the top of my life. Which actually isn't that bad. I don't really feel uncomfortable going to my last life. One common misplay I make that I think a lot of other players make too is that they don't use events when they keep Dawn for it. And it is a really common mistake, especially when your opponent's just swinging 5-5-5-5. But if you have a lot of 2Ks or a lot of events in hand, try to and you keep a Dawn up, try to keep it balanced, keep a lot of 2Ks in hand instead of keeping a lot of events in hand. Keep it if you have a hand of five and three of those are events, definitely get rid of maybe one or two of those just so you have more Dawn to use for your attacks and your swings instead of your defense that you don't plan on using. Alright, so I think it triggers Ikoku. I don't know what was happening there. Alright. So he has no cards in hand right now. We're gonna swing five with Magra. And I believe he bottomed a life earlier. So we're going six lead. Probably doesn't have the counter for it. And since I don't think he has the counter for that, play Rush Zoro and swing for seven. And he had two deck cards at the bottom. Wow. That was very, very actually very lucky for me that he didn't have the counter to counter that hit. I feel like the last two turns I should have focused on his board more and dealt with that first instead of dealing with his life for so much. All right, we'll go to the next game. All right, let's see if I keep my hand. I'm pretty sure I do. All right, keep that hand. I was probably gonna God hand. You see five searchers, all of them different. You see three dot ons. All right. Apparently he likes his life too, or he likes his hand. And we're gonna have the same start that we did the last game. We're going with the buggy guarding another guard point. And he passes his turn again. Not seeing any puddings. Probably likes his late game curve. Regress 2. Played that on. And he told me that it was the exact same game as last time. So maybe we do see a Nami here in this search. Or I think it was a buggy. Okay. No, if I recall, I think it was Nami. We got 5 lead. Yeah, so here I swing 5 first before my Nami gets threatened. We play Nami. We'll grab 5% hot pistol. He goes 5 lead. We'll take. He probably plays a 4 drop here. That's 4 drop opera, really good vanilla. And now we're taking. We're 3 for 3 on searches right now, which is really good. Going into our 5 down curve. Swinging 5 lead. Let's see what the play is here. Resting 1. Playing Maga. We're buffing Nami. We're swinging for 5. So now I think he thinks it's the exact same play as last game. But the only difference was there was another buggy. Yep. There was another buggy in that last game. So very similar play, but not exactly quite the same. And we'll rest 3. And we'll swing for 5. And then I'll pass. Probably with 1 Dawn for the guard point, just so I could be a little bit more on the defense with my rush Zoro. All right, so we swing 7 here. Or no, I see 8. Character Zoro. I'll probably let it die just because it's 2 cards to pitch. I'm debating it right now. Well, I give him 2 Otamas. Now let's see what he does here. He goes 8 again. Character Zoro dies. So you see here again, I did the same misplay. I should use my guard point and a counter, and then use a 1K rather than using 2Ks. Especially in Otama, 2 Otamas is really valuable because I could have put that upper down to 4K, and then swung into no Dawn on my buggy or that on, then went down with my Nami and Magra. Alright, and we're gonna rest 5 Dawn here. We're gonna swing 7 face. Use Kaku to counter out. So he's at 3 life right now. We're at 4. Full board. Really, really threatening right now. We have like also this position right here. I could have kept those Atamas donned out to play my Luffy. And still have I could have kept those Atamas, used guard point last turn, and then still have 2 Atamas just in case he were to swing like 7 into my Luffy. Or like swing 8 into my Luffy if I really wanted to keep it alive. I could use those 2 Atamas. But right now I have no events in hand. Or I have no Dawn to use events. So he's going to swing 10 on my Luffy. I'm going to let die because I don't have any events to keep it alive. And he knows I have a Red Hawk and a guard point in hand for my searches. And he's going to play another Opera. He's controlling the board very well. But I've only played searches so far, Magra and Luffy. And none of my searches have whiffed. So it's really, really hard to like starve out Zoro when all he's doing is searching these big bodies, the little bodies that are being able to swing so efficiently. All right, and we're gonna go 5 lead. He'll take. Discard a 1. He'll play smooth. I think it was a Thunderbolt. You're gonna go 5 lead again. Counter with the 1K. And then we're gonna go 5 again. And we're gonna go 7 lead. So we're not gonna see another Rush Zoro. We're gonna see a Sanji instead. He's asking what does the Sanji do? So I just played Sanji here just because I have a whole like empty board, and if he does like any life manipulation, like plays like a 7 drop or like a 10 drop, then I'm gonna have Sanji to deal with that. And since Sanji gets 2k bonus without any Dawn put on him, I just need to use 2 Dawn to play something like a Rush Zoro or something, or like a Dawn Searcher. Without using any Dawn on Sanji, he's an 8k body just by using his ability. And since I'm so healthy on life right now, he has to clear my board or he loses the game. Then I'm gonna be able to clear out the game really easily. And we have 4 cards in hand. It looks like no Dawn up. 2 of these cards are definitely events. He's thinking right now, what should he do? What should you do? We're talking about Sanji. He plays pudding. So he doesn't have the 10 drop. Grab Sanji. 2k counter. Alright, KO's Nami. KO's Magra. KO's Buggy. So we just let him wipe my whole board. Which is exactly what I said would happen in the last turn, especially because we have such a low hand. Playing Sanji, so what is easily the best play we could do out of our hand if we don't have Rush. And now it seems he doesn't even know what to do. Yeah, this seemed like a very hard game. It was really good curve for me. I was able to see all my searches and none of them whiffed, which was really good. And even if he were to play like a Brulee or like a 10 drop here, just because I have the Sanji there, it makes it so hard for him to actually think of what to do. All right, yeah. So we're just talking about the game right now, thinking about what could have gone better. But yeah, that was Zoro versus Katakuri, guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. What I could do Zoro better. Let me know if you picked up any like tips or anything, anything that you're gonna take note of in the future. Let me know what you think of the Katakuri player, what the Katakuri player could have done. Let us know. Wow, that was actually really good life. Guard point, 2k, 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 1k dot on. That's a lot. But all right, y'all. Thank you all so much for watching, and we'll be posting another one soon of Whitebeard versus Doflamingo and Katakuri versus Kuro, which actually has a recent top in I think it was Core TCG. But all right, thank y'all for watching, and have a good night.